Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another episode of Fishing with the Captain. Today, not getting out on the water. It's a damn shame about someone had to eat a bat and make things difficult for the world. But anyway, that's better. The water is absolutely chocolate brown, so not going to put the boat on the water today. Going to do a bit of maintenance and show you guys what I've done to my boat. There's a few upgrades that I've done since my last walkthrough video, and I'm going to do that today. I want to show you a few things that I've done. This is not a flex in any means, but it's definitely something for you to guys. You got a lot of time up your hands, on your hands, to do things to your boat. Maybe play around the garage and do extra little bits that you otherwise wouldn't. So I want to go through, going to get the boat out and give you guys a look and run you through. So what we're going to do, we're going to start at the bow of the boat and start working our way back. So my mate Chris Galea at G Fabrications, big shout out to you, mate, for whipping this up for me. I've actually come up with this idea that I want to have, as you can see, it's a solid base, it's hollow inside, and I've got my wiring, I've actually got my wiring up inside it, coming out the top. And the idea is I want to keep everything pretty much sealed as much as possible and protected from the elements, whether it be water or whatever it is. So, but also for the purpose behind this, I'm actually tossing up between the idea to run, maybe an LED bar off of that. So doing those late night runs across the lake or early morning before the sun's up, I can do the run across the dam or river and not have to worry about it. As good as charted water as it is, and it can get me through the main channels and everything, it's been many times where I've slowed down, put up to a spot, and I've actually by chance bumped into a floating log. So had I driven another 20, 30, maybe 50 meters on plane, something bad could have happened. And yeah, ever since then I've been pretty nervous about running along at high speed with the without a light. So now there's that. The second unit, and also just going off that, I do have a Ethernet cable running, which is a cable that basically shares all information of this unit to my unit that I have on my helm, which also shares all information. So like I'm running one transducer, I'm running an active 3-in-1 transducer, and what that does is shows all the readings that I get at the back of the boat to the front of the boat, including waypoints and any other information, mapping cards. I can only have one mapping card, not having to buy a second one. So yeah, running the one transducer, that's also fed up to here at the front. And also I've got these both laid out separately. So this one I have purely laid out side scan, down scan, maybe a bit of mapping, but whereas like basically a pure fishing unit. Whereas the one I have at the back, I have a NEMA cable, which is a cable that runs from my motor to my unit, and that shares all my rev information, my oils, revs, everything that my motor would see on a dashboard of pretty much a car or whatever else, any information that I need, data on the motor, even oil temperature and all that. I can have that running and basically showing me everything that's happening. So that's pretty much what that unit's for. And as I said, this one here with me, that's what I use for my for fishing only. And the one here at the back is for pretty much for navigating and purely getting me to the spot. So everything that happens between the ramp and the spot is pretty much what this one's for. And pretty much while I'm on the deck with the rod in my hand, that one's for the other one at the front. So it helps me keep everything organized and everything where I want it. Propellers. I've been tuning and playing with my propeller a lot. And one of the main things that I've done in recent times is I've gotten rid of my deep cycle AGM batteries. I'm no longer running those big heavy batteries. I've gone out on a bit of a limb, bit of a price, bit of an expense, and I went lithium batteries. So I've taken out the 2 AGM or deep cycle batteries weighing 38 kilos as my crank battery, and my massive electric motor battery weighing 42 kilos off memory, just over 40 kilos. So that's around 80 kilos of weight I've taken out. And I've replaced it with 2 lithium batteries weighing 6.5 kilos a piece. So there's a massive difference, was it like high 60 kilos, like just under 70 kilos difference. So that's almost another person in weight. So what that has done has given me a much quicker ride, but I've been able to move the batteries to the back of the boat, because weight at the front of the boat accounts for a lot more than at the back. You can imagine putting a 10 kilo weight in the back has a very minimal effect on the ride, whereas if you would put it at the front, it would very much push the nose down, be a lot of drag in the water. There's more hull touching the water. So what I've actually done, because I've taken all that weight out, it makes the motor go harder because there's less resistance, but in retrospect it started to hit the rev limiter. So I was revving out, not getting the it was reaching maximum kilometers, but I was hitting limiter and going too hard, which was actually can be very dangerous. Obviously you can do some serious damage to your motor. So what a good friend of mine at the prop shop, Richard Jones, not only can he catch some big cod at Eildon, but he knows propellers. Like, just telling him what my situation was and what the motor was doing and how the boat was handling, he knew off the bat straight away what I needed to do or what he needed to do to fix that problem. So now what we've done, I went and paid Richard a visit, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Like, I learned a lot from propellers. You could literally write a book about it. But yeah, going through the purpose and how water flows over a propeller, it sounds so simple and basic, but there's so much going on, a lot of physics going on, a lot of formulas going towards it. So definitely, guys, if you're looking at getting a bit more out of your ride, whether it be whole shot, top end, or you think you could be doing a lot better but you're missing out on a lot with the performance of your boat or your motor, definitely pay Richard a visit or give him a call, and he'll definitely sort you out. Like, he's helped me, myself, and a couple of my friends as well, choosing the right prop for your boat, for your rig. So moving from the front of the boat towards the back. Some of you may have seen social media this big contraption I have fitted to my boat. Now, this is called a power pole. I'm not affiliated with the brand whatsoever, but it is a tool that I use frequently, especially fishing shallow water impoundments such as Mulwala, some parts of the Murray when I'm fishing backwaters. It plays a massive part, especially when I want to position the boat any way I please, with the back against the current or the breeze is blowing me away from the tree. It can hold me there, or possibly blowing me or drifting me towards the tree or bit of structure I want to fish, and I can hold my ground very much like a spot lock would in your electric motor, but this will do it from the rear. So you can imagine there's many times where you'll be coming up to a laydown and you hit spot lock with the electric, but then the back of the boat will start to yaw around and swing straight towards the structure oil. You then have to run to the back of the boat to put your casts in. Whereas this I can do everything at a touch of a button. I have a wireless remote and also a remote hooked up to the floor front of my deck, pretty much right between my motor guide and my sounder up on the bow. So pretty much as a touch, literally get my foot, just step on it, put it down, step it in again, push it back up, and pretty much doing that, I can be down, anchored, and then pretty much do my cast, do what I need to do, and then with the touch of a button again, it's up and I'm away. Even parking the boat up on the ramp, put it up on the ground, parking up on the bank, pushing it down, pinning my boat down, and then pretty much when I go park the car or whatever, come back to my boat, push it back up, and I'm away. Even when the speedboat's coming past, where there's no need to tie my boat off, it'll anchor my boat down. Now, they come in different range of sizes or whatever, but this is a 8-foot model, so roughly down at 2.5 meters. It'll pin me down beautifully. Anything a bit deeper, yeah, I could struggle a bit, especially if it's really soft ground. If the ground's really soft, say like clay or anything like that, it can penetrate through. And the way it works is it'll keep going until it reaches a certain amount of PSI, so pressure, in the hose line. It's all hydraulic. So yeah, I've got a hydraulic pump with hydraulic fluid running through lines, as you can see here, running here into the back of my boat, through the front. So as you can see here, with a hydraulic line running up, and then pretty much where my fuel line and everything for my outboard goes in, it's right there. So there we have it, guys. A few mods that I've done to my boat in recent times. Just the sounder on the front, just being a bit more organised with finding the fish and making it easier on myself, because I'm spending a lot of time in the water. But also that mounting bracket. Chris, hit up Chris if you're any. He also makes those custom bits and odds and ends on your boat, from decks in boats to electric motor brackets. As you can see, my sounder mount, little grab rails and anything like that. He makes some very neat and tidy work. Richard Jones at the prop shop, to choose the right prop for your boat. If you think there's something that needs to be done about your ride, he's more than happy to help. Absolute legend, and he can fish too. You pick his brain about some big impoundment cod too. He's got some stories to tell. And also the power pole in positioning the boat, and yeah, it's been a massive asset, like I said. So nonetheless, guys, I hope it was a quick little video for you guys that are in isolation and you guys are looking at doing some work on your boat. You're not quite sure, there's some things that are missing. I hope this was a bit of a help. I will be sharing a lot more. One thing I have got a lot from people is insight into using the sounder to find fish, structure, the bait, the fish themselves. So that's definitely something that I'll be working on and showing you guys a lot more in up and coming videos, so stay tuned for that. But from here, guys, it's Glamour Day. I've got some more work to do on this boat. Till then, guys, look after yourselves, guys, stay safe, and always, you're fishing with the captain.